I get so many questions about both of these Canon cameras. People ask me about the specs, the image quality, and the video capabilities. But no one seems to be asking me how they feel in the hand. Today I'm going to be answering that question for you, doing some very basic comparisons, and let you know which camera I think is best for you. This camera right here is the Canon R7, and it is a APS-C sensor camera. This camera right here is the Canon R8, and it is a full frame camera. When both of these cameras came out, they were around $1,400 for the body only. It was only up until recently that the Canon R8 was marked down by $200 to $1,200. The Canon R7 though is still at about $1,400 for the body only. When both of these cameras came out, I forget which camera came out first, but they were both priced at $1,400 for the body only, which added confusion to the average consumer as to which camera they should buy and what camera best suited their needs the best. Let's break down some of the ergonomics of both of these cameras so you can make a more informed decision, because although they have similar price points still, they are very different cameras and are made for two completely different types of shooters. Let's start by establishing a baseline though. Let's use the handspan measurement of the tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky, which is what is used by athletes. My hand is roughly 8 inches from pinky to tip of thumb. And you do that just by measuring from the pinky all the way to the thumb. Using a normal ruler, I don't have a tape measure, but it's roughly about 8 inches, just shy of it, right? When I hold the R7, I'm able to comfortably hold the entire camera in my hand without having the pinky floating off to the side, as you can see here. My entire hand and thumb fit very nicely while the thumb is resting on the actual wheel on the back. The Canon R8, on the other hand, will not let me do that whatsoever. If I try to squeeze onto one, then I'm really squeezing my entire hand together to get it onto the entire grip. You can see here that my hand is gripping the entire frame, the entire grip, but I can't comfortably hold it without having the pinky flying off to the side like this. This, on the other hand, feels very natural and immediately falls right into place. Let's talk about the overall design and the build quality of both of these cameras. The Canon R7 features a more robust build with a slightly larger grip, making it feel more secure in the hand. The main difference when you're actually holding both of these cameras is that the R7 has a much deeper grip and it feels more textured as well because of the larger grip. I feel more comfortable and secure holding this camera. The R8 though is much slimmer. It's a lot thinner. It feels a lot thinner. The R8 has a much shallower grip and it also feels a lot more slim. Considering that the R8 has a more shallow grip, I think it would be difficult for individuals with larger hands to feel comfortable holding this camera. Button layout and customization play a huge role in camera's ergonomics. The R7 has more physical buttons and dials, allowing for quicker access to settings and more customization. The R8 feels a lot more minimalist and it has less buttons, so it would require you to go into the menus to find the settings that you're looking for and adjust them manually by going into the menu system. Both cameras feature electronic viewfinders and flippy LCD screens, which make it a no-brainer for anybody that's trying to record on the go. Both cameras come with electronic viewfinders, but the R7 has a viewfinder with a higher resolution, providing a clearer and more detailed view. Both cameras have an LCD screen that swivel. Now let's talk about the weight and the portability of both of these cameras. The R7 comes in at just over 600 grams with the battery and the SD card. while the R8 is much lighter at about 460 grams. Now that's about a 150 gram difference, and let's call it 200 grams just to make it easy. I asked ChatGPT for household items that weigh roughly 200 grams, and it gave me the options of a brand new bar of soap typically weighs about 200 grams, a cup of sugar also weighs about 200 grams, or a small hamster. So if you're really prioritizing a lighter setup with lighter gear, then you're definitely gonna want the R8 because it's a nice camera to put around your neck with a sling, and you'll be carrying around and you won't be feeling it as much. Again, to me, 200 grams is pretty negligible, especially when you add a larger lens or a lens of any size, really. Where you won't really feel the much of a difference is when you add one of the smaller, the 16mm lens or the nifty 50mm lens, which are very, very small in size. The user experience and comfort are always subjective, but I think they're crucial. The R7 with its ergonomic grip feels better in the hand, and it has more customizable controls, is ideal for users who need quick access to settings and prefer a more robust feel. The R8 though is lightweight. Its compact design makes it perfect for casual shooters who want to just shoot on the go. It also has a very straightforward interface. To recap, we talked about the ergonomics, we talked about the design, the grip, the button layout, the viewfinder, the weight, and the user experience. So if you need a camera with a more substantial grip, then the R7 is definitely going to be the camera that you want to go for. If you're looking for something that's more lightweight and easy to navigate and easy to handle, then the R8 is going to be the camera that you want. Now, if you're going to ask me, now that I own both cameras, which camera I enjoy shooting with the most, it's still not an easy decision, but I will have to give it to the R7. Now, let me tell you why. The R7 has literally reignited my excitement with every single lens that I own. The R7, as you know, has a crop sensor which gives it a 1.6 times magnification or extra reach for every single lens that I own. My favorite lens of all time for multiple reasons, photography and video work, has always been the 35mm because it has macro capabilities and it also has in-body stabilization. The 35mm with IS is fantastic on the R8 because the R8 does not have IBIS. For example, my favorite lens of all time has been the 35mm with IS. On the R7, this lens turns into a 56mm equivalent. But the kicker is that now I get a 56mm lens with image stabilization on the R7, making it a killer combo, and I get the added benefit of having the macro capabilities that this lens has. So with all that being said, let me know in the comments which camera's ergonomics you would prefer and why. If you want to learn more about this lens right here, the 35mm, you're going to want to check out this video right here.